try to physically survive the music business. This was 92, 93. Totally sober, went to a place to find out about codependency.
Steven Tyler is the lead singer of the famous rock band Aerosmith. Tyler was fond of music from an early age. After all, he's the son of a pianist. However, unlike his father, he was not interested in fugues and sonatas. The young man liked hard rock. In 1965, 17-year-old Steven went with friends in Greenwich Village and attended a Rolling Stones concert. Highly energetic, he could often be seen performing acrobatics during his musical shows and concerts, for which he usually wears bold and bright-colored costumes. He loved playing music from an early age, and there was no doubt in his mind about his future career choice. He met musicians Joe Perry and Tom Hamilton, with whom he formed the rock band Aerosmith. After a series of hits during their initial years, the band broke into mainstream success during the mid-1970s.
Percent out of 10, 5 out of 10 girls have been something sexually, because they're women and it's how it is. And it's interesting how quiet that's been kept, and suddenly it's come out.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Steven Victor Tallarico, also known as the Demon of Screamin' Steve Tyler. He was born March 26, 1948 in Manhattan, New York, making him 73 years old at the time of this production. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, or 175 centimeters. Tyler's long been a motorcycle fan and riding enthusiast. Steven Tyler also participates in various charity auctions involving motorcycles, including the Ride for Children charity. On September 15, 2007, at New Hampshire International Speedway, Tyler announced the launch of Dirico motorcycles, designed by Tyler, engineered by Mark Dirico, and built by AC Custom Motorcycles in Manchester, New Hampshire. Tyler launched Janie's Fund, named after Aerosmith's 1989 track Janie's Got a Gun, in 2015 to provide protection and counseling for young female victims of abuse. He's helped raise over $2.4 million for the organization since then. Janie's House, established in 2017 in Atlanta, offers shelter for victims of abuse or neglect, with space for 30 live-in clients and 24-hour medical facilities available. Tyler had a brief relationship with fashion model Bebe Buell, during which he fathered actress Liv Tyler, born 1977. Buell initially claimed that the father was Todd Rundgren to protect her daughter from Tyler's drug addiction. Through Liv's marriage to British musician Royston Langdon and relationship with entertainment manager David Gardner, Tyler has 3 grandchildren. In 1975, Tyler obtained guardianship of 16-year-old Julia Holcomb to live with him in Boston. They dated and took drugs together for 3 years. Holcomb was referred to as Diana Hall by the editor of the Aerosmith autobiography Walk This Way in an attempt to conceal her identity, but other sources have confirmed her identity. Pressures leading to their split included their age difference. Tyler was 27 when they first met, a withdrawn marriage proposal, a house fire, and a planned pregnancy that resulted in abortion when Tyler was worried that the fire's smoke, as well as drugs, might lead to congenital disabilities. In 1978, he married Serinda Fox, an ex-Warhol model, the former wife of New York Dolls lead singer David Johansen, and fathered model Mia Tyler. He and Fox divorced in 1987. In 1997, she published Dream On, Living on the Edge with Steven Tyler and Aerosmith, a memoir of her life with Tyler. Fox died from brain cancer in 2002. On May 28, 1988, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tyler married clothing designer Teresa Barrick. With Barrick, he fathered a daughter, Chelsea, in 1989 and a son, Taj, in 1991. In February 2005, the couple announced that they were separating due to personal problems. The divorce was finalized in January 2006. Tyler began a relationship with Erin Brady in 2006. They got engaged in December 2011. In January 2013, Tyler and Brady broke off their engagement.
Runner, it means after a show, you get on the plane right away and then fly to France. So you're in bed at France at 5 in the morning going, Amy, where did we wake up this morning?
Steven Victor Tallarico moved to the Bronx when he was 3 years old. The family relocated to 100 Pembroke Drive in Northeast Yonkers in 1957 when he was about 9 years old. Tallarico is the son of Susan Ray, a secretary, and Victor A. Tallarico, a classical musician and pianist who taught music at Cardinal Spellman High School in the Bronx. Tyler's father was of Italian and German descent, while his mother was of Ukrainian and English ancestry. His maternal grandfather was Ukrainian and changed his surname to Blanche. His paternal grandfather, Giovanni Tallarico, was from Calabria, Italy. Tyler learned on the genealogy show Who Do You Think You Are that his great-great-great-grandfather was part African American. Stephen has one older sister named Linda. Tyler attended Roosevelt High School on Tuckahoe Road in Yonkers, New York, about a mile from his house, but was expelled from the school just before graduation due to marijuana use. He later graduated from Quintano's School for Young Professionals. He met his future bandmates Joe Perry, guitar, and Tom Hamilton, bass, at a local rock show in 1969. The trio decided to form a band. 2 other musicians were recruited, and Aerosmith was formed in 1970. The band signed a record deal with Columbia Records in 1972 and released their self-titled album in 1973. Their next album quickly followed it, Get Your Wings, in 1974. During this time, the band also toured and opened for other bands. The mid-1970s was a good time for Aerosmith. They became very famous with the release of albums like Toys in the Attic and Rocks. The band toured a lot and performed in places like Europe and Japan. Their live shows were super hits as their fans could never get enough of their music idols. However, by the end of the 1970s, the band began to fall apart. The band members became embroiled in personal struggles. Tyler and Perry developed drug problems that threatened their respective careers, and Perry left Aerosmith. Tyler was involved in a motorcycle accident in 1980, which furthered his decline. His drug problem worsened, and by 1982, he couldn't think beyond drugs. Also, he began to drink heavily, which affected his voice. After being inactive for years, the band reunited for a comeback concert titled Back in the Saddle Tour in 1984. However, the band members were still into drugs. Realizing that they were jeopardizing their careers because of their drug addiction, the members decided to attend rehabilitation programs in 1986. By the end of the decade, they had completed their treatment. Their next album, Pump, was out in 1989. The album was highly successful and spawned 3 top 10 singles on the Billboard Hot 100. After performing for nearly half a century from 1970 to 2019, the band announced their farewell tour. Tyler and Perry announced that they were working on the band's last studio album.
In to play at the Grammys, and we didn't get backed. It was you're getting a Grammy, you're playing, and it was holy. You know what? We're doing this.
His estimated annual income is $13 million. He's estimated to be worth $120 million as of 2021. His $4.8 million house in Maui, Hawaii, features an infinity pool and floor-to-ceiling aquarium. A lavish estate in Massachusetts with a vast land area and features lush greenery in the surroundings. A $1.32 million 3,100 square foot home in LA that features 3 comfy bedrooms, a great living room, well-equipped kitchen, 2 full, 2 half, and 1 quarter bathrooms, and a plush waterfront home in New Hampshire, which is set up on Lake Sunapee. In his garage, you'll find a 2012 Hennessy Venom GT Spider, a 1990 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy, a 1961 Lotus Super 7, a 1941 Ford 41 pickup, and a 2013 custom Dirico.